Alright, and coming up next we have Need for Speed Carbon by George. George, take it away. Alright, coming up next we have Need for Speed Carbon by George. George, take it away.
Hello everyone, so I just commentated Lon's Rivals run, but now I get to do a run myself. We're running Carbon Challenge Series, which is where it's basically like multiple things you can do in Carbon. There's the career mode, which you can complete any percent or like 100%, depending on like your objectives. But there's also there's a challenge series which has a lot of events, but just like general like tremendous like a sort of like off career like challenge. And you can actually like unlock stuff from it. Today there's like three main categories in the challenges. There's standard 100%, which is all the challenges you have unlocked in like the standard version of the game, and you complete them 100%. There's CE 100%, which also does the extra free CE challenges to 100%. And the reason we have these 100% categories is because in the game statistics there's that's the wrong thing, there's actually a completion counter for challenges. Challenges completion 0%. But when we set this up, we also added a category for this for only the CE or CE exclusive challenges. Because why not? Because it was really short, and we figured because there were already like runs of this. So we're not going to be doing them in the normal order. Normally I would be starting with the RNG dependent challenges, but since this is a marathon, it doesn't matter. I will do them one by one. I will just go over them like sort of in a snake order. So we start off with a checkpoint. The timer starts when I when I hit enter on the button there. So 3, 2, 1, go. Timer starts now. So normally we'll be starting off with the police chases, but since this is a marathon run, it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna be starting off with the checkpoint races first. One thing about the checkpoint races in the CE only category is that you drive the boss cars from any percent. So the car I'm driving right now is NG's boss car in any percent silver. And that doesn't say a lot unless you like actually know about like the any percent route. But these are basically like former boss cars.
It's just like
yeah, it's just like a mini thing.
You also unlock these cars as bonus cars.
Yes. As you progress through the game, you unlock these cars as bonus cars. Yeah. Yeah.
Which fun fact, this game's multiplayer is actually still locked.
Yep.
You can still play this competitively.
Yes.
It's not like overly competitive, but you have people like F-Flags and Lucky.
Yeah. There was a really bad corner, by the way, by myself. I really also this not the best of kind of driving, but I haven't ran.
Did you accidentally forget your controller? Yeah, we were joking earlier before we started my run that I haven't used the keyboard. For this run, it looks like he's driving the keyboard.
Yeah, I haven't run C only in a long while, but things happen. So now we're going to be doing a police chase. This police chase involves you disabling 25 police cars. And these police cars, they're it says Heat 6, but they're really tier 1 police cars that die extremely easy. Look at me just touching them and they just instantly die. Hold on. I wanted to kill that guy on the left side, but it didn't really work out. Okay, that really should have killed him, but normally they die from just one side touch, but yeah, there you go. They just die extremely fast. Oops.
Like these cops.
Yeah.
Because they
This squad is like cutting out for me. I'm not really sure what that is all about, but like Lon is cutting out hard for me. Yeah.
Hopefully I'll stay in.
Yeah.
And remember. Wait, hold on. Let me just restart this.
Oh, careful. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's on Lon's side or on my side, but if I hope it's on his, because if it's on my side, I can't really fix that right now.
So I restarted Discord, loaded back up, but instead of loading me back, it didn't load me into the host.
I believe this is on
Probably
my
because-
side, so I'm not really sure what to do about this. I didn't have any issues during the commentary, so I think this might be because the game just trashing all my CPU potentially, but hopefully it fixes itself. If not, I can fix this with a quick pause. But yeah, we're about to hit 25 cars here, 23. I can actually have an idea how to handle this. Because there are
so
cops.
these cops are very. I believe they are used in the escape sequence because they are. The sequence are very weak.
Yeah.
Because they're what they're meant to be weak, so you can just tell.
I don't normally use. Yeah. Lon, by the way, this is like cutting out extremely hard, so this. Yeah. I don't really use that shortcut a lot, so unfortunately that didn't work out. That shortcut usually never works, I just use it because it was really close. I'm gonna be driving to a different shortcut really soon. I don't think it's Discord, it's just a CPU issue on my side, so I will fix that. Oops, I kinda drove too fast there. But yeah, this parking garage here works really well, they just never drive in here. Oops, okay, get in there. So I will very quickly fix this Discord issue by pushing the game's like slightly pausing here, but hopefully that's fine.
Time loss, unacceptable, reset.
Yeah, I know.
Bad streamer.
Yes. Oop, alright, Mario. Alright, so now we get to do... we're on Race Wars now. Lon, can you say something? I wanna know if it's still like... Okay, so you're still cutting up, but I think it's less. Probably has to do for audio server. Yeah.
Well, you sound perfectly fine on mine.
Yeah, it's Discord like not having enough CPU for.
Are you doing the one core thing?
Yeah, except it's just not really working out for some reason.
Oh. Okay, unfortunate.
Yep, unfortunate. But yeah, so now.
George loves to say unfortunate.
Yeah, and I also love to have technical issues in case you can't tell. Yep, technical issues, as I said earlier in the stream chat, are like my thing. Like
Yeah.
there's always just
issues.
there's always just something that happens. I want to stream, something happens. Slight technical issues. I do believe the audio crackling is slightly better now, which is probably because I'm doing a race war, so I'm only like a million miles from all the opponents.
Oh yeah, this car we're using.
Okay,
for
never
the
mind.
Bronze Race Wars.
Never mind.
This car is extremely overpowered. The Nissan 240 SX. Is
Yeah.
a tier 1 car, but it performs like a tier 2 car.
Yeah, you actually unlock this car in any percent by doing all the checkpoint CE races. This is a CE only car, by the way. I collect this edition only car.
Checkpoint only. When you complete checkpoint goal, right?
Yep, when you complete this collect this edition checkpointers.
But just to specify, I know we touched on it earlier, but the collectors, these challenges you only get in the collector's edition of Carbon.
Yep.
Which for PC you could either get in a physical copy, which I believe or you can download a patch like a 1.4.
Okay, you're cutting out a lot again, so I would say we could do a quick timer pause here. If the staff would be fine with that, like I could, the staff can give me a countdown in chat, and I will just pause the timer. Like I'd not pause the timer, I will just pause the game. And I can fix the audio crackling issues by just setting Discord to a higher priority.
Literally unfair.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just always something whenever I do anything, any marathon run, any stream, there's always this one technical issue that like just creeps up on me. Also, that was a really bit. There have been streams where I just get so demolished by technical issues that I literally, like, I just have to abandon stream. Time for a new PC? No, this PC is completely fine. It's just that I just get extremely unlucky.
No, get a new PC. The only solution is get a new PC.
But yeah, this race wars, this track is extremely long. I believe you don't even get to select this track in quick race. This isn't even like a selectable track. Like most of the CE tracks in challenges, you do not get to select these tracks. These are like custom tracks for challenge series only.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to do laps of these for like ILs, you have to do these challenge series events. Which is fine for this one and the checkpoints, because the checkpoint cars are horrible.
Yeah.
This isn't in quick race, because it's not quick enough. Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Nim understands.
Yeah.
Wait, can you actually? Grim says you can wrong warp.
No, you can't. There's speaking of Grim's touching on wrong warp, there is a glitch in this game where you can sort of like go into an event in career mode that you selected in quick race, but it doesn't work for challenge series events because of a very minor technical detail. But as explaining wrong warp in general would probably be off scope for this category. But maybe later, because there are some later long race wars. It's on a long checkpoint. This category is basically when you're doing actual PB attempts. This category is basically just complete all the police events and then drive as well as you can. Most of your resets, if you're actually doing perfect, if you're actually doing PB attempts in this category, most of your resets are going to be on pop chases. But since this is a marathon, we get to do just alternating the races and stuff. Whoops, that was bad. Kinda overestimated the handling of the car there.
Now you're gonna get like on RNG, you know? Like absolute insane RNG.
Alright, this is some not good driving by me. I should step up and get some.
Well, either insane RNG or bad RNG.
Yep.
Just depends on the head.
I thought I could make that corner, but just very slightly not. But yeah, CE only. CE only is mostly a filler category. I actually also submitted originally 80% and 80% New Game Plus with no wrong warps to error it. But I believe due to schedule issues or whatever, it just can't be slotted in. So we're doing CE only.
We'll get them next time.
Yep. Whoops. But yeah, I haven't done C. My main focus in this game is 80%, as you can tell by the leaderboard.
Yeah. That's the most competitive.
Yep. So I was kind of surprised when C only was picked. It's still an okay category. It's just that normally during PB attempts you would be having a lot of. Oh shit! I looked at chat over for 1 second and I did do that mistake. Don't look at chat, people.
Lucky asks, what's your opinion on the
Yeah, no. Actually, I'm gonna do a police chase just to spice things up because the race was gonna be long again. So
Basically, Rhino Gold, that's the gold top challenge in this Collector's Edition Challenge series. People in premise, you need to that's,
oh god, the
Rhino
audio.
is the strongest cop car in the game, and they're quite heavy.
Yeah, the audio cutout issues are becoming more prevalent again now that I'm actually doing police chases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could fix it by just going to Task Manager quickly. I'm actually gonna very quickly do that. I don't really mind the if the timer gets paused, but this is obviously unacceptable for any sort of like marathon run. So I'm gonna very quickly go to Discord. If I could find it, that would be great. Oh, cool. Discord is like not showing up on my task manager. That is very unfortunate. Okay, high priority, high priority, high priority, high priority. Discord set itself to low priority. Could you imagine? Alright, I believe the audio crackling issue should be fixed now. Sorry about that. But that's sort of the technical issue, the difficulties I deal with every day I try to stream. Anyway, let's actually talk about this challenge. So this is, you might notice me, I'm just driving in circles. That's because this challenge is you have to be in a pursuit for 5 minutes. In-game time, not real time, in-game time. And then you have to escape. And the best strategy for that is you just drive around for around 1.5 minutes. And then you trigger a pursuit break and kill a bunch of cops. That triggers a backup to spawn in another 1.5 minutes. And this is the perfect time to be in here right now. Yeah, so you can see the backup triggering there, and so now I get a oh god, okay. I'm not supposed to speed brake, but I did that just to make sure I don't go over that spike strip.
Spike strips are fun in this game because, unlike earlier, you can inflate the tires after a while. In this game, you don't.
Yeah.
If you repairs, you're done.
Could you imagine me setting Discord to high priority and it's still not fixing the audio crackling issues?
Did it?
Nope, it did not fix the audio crackling. I have no idea what's causing that.
Oh yeah. I love technically.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's causing this at this point. It might just be the Discord voice servers, maybe. But yeah, normally you would be just speed braking through this, but since I don't want to speed brake, since you know speed braking slows down the in-game time, I won't be doing that. So I will be getting a backup here very soon. There's some rhinos on my way. I will just debate them. Bye. Oops, that guy doesn't want to follow me. So one thing I will be doing is I will just be driving around in circles basically. And once like the timer gets close to 5 minutes, I will be give me a second, just got out. Nice. Alright. You don't want to hit the cop cars in a roadblock in the middle because that might slow you down a lot. I will be hitting this pursuit breaker on the left and then drive into the escape spot on the right there. And that will set me up for a very quick escape at the 5-minute mark. All I have to do is just lure them in and at 4:53 enable the pursuit breaker because it takes 7 seconds for when all the cops around you have lost sight of you. It takes 7 seconds to... Wow, everybody had a party there! Holy crap. Yeah, that can happen when there's a rhino on you, when you also have a lot of coppers near you. Just get rid of some of the cop cars there. I believe there's actually a roadblock there. Yes, there is. All you have to do is follow the optimal route. Yep, exactly. So now I'm actually gonna be slowly turning around here. Okay, hopefully I don't get busted here. Nah, it's all good. Can't really get busted as long as you just... As long as you don't panic, you don't really get busted in this game. The only way to get busted is you just panic or you get incredibly unlucky. I am so sorry about the audio crackling issues.
Oh, so it's like I need to talk then.
Yeah, I am so sorry, Lon.
It's okay. I'll be remembered somehow.
Yeah. I'm a little bit late actually, but that's fine. Ooh, they spawned a roadblock there. That's not good though. Alright, I need to wait a little bit more. I believe I should be fine though. Yeah. So. Ooh, okay, no, that is not good. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think I saved it. Oh wow, that is extremely bad actually. That cop being there is not good at all. Okay, I might be able to save it here. Oh, this is not good. That is the code red you do not want to happen during this challenge. When there's a roadblock and the cop car sees you. So we will be trying this again.
I guess you unfortunate.
Yeah. There's a good reason I put the estimate high, because this can happen. But I believe this should be fine now. As long as that cop car doesn't follow us back in here, we should be good here. But if he follows us back in here, I have an alternative strat. Oh my god, okay, yeah. There's a good reason I put the estimate very high, because this can happen. Sometimes you try to no reason. Yep. Sometimes you just cannot escape. I'm also gonna get another backup here. That is extremely unfortunate. Die. Damn it. So, yeah. So I'm also gonna get a backup here. I need to think of some strategies here, because this is going extremely bad. I could restart the event, but at that point I would be losing close to 6.5 minutes. So I just need to think of a way to just lose them all. But yeah, normally this challenge would be well and done already, but unfortunately, because the cops saw us, I believe I am just well and truly beyond screwed here. There's nothing I can do, so yeah. Normally during PB attempts, this would just be a reset. I have never had to deal with this, and this is the first ever like marathon run, so this is a really unsafe marathon category, by the way. Okay, I have an idea. Unfortunately, that didn't go well. This might work. Maybe. Hopefully. This should work. Okay, so we finally escaped. After what should have been, what is an extra 3 minutes. Thank God for the estimate. But yeah, this in a normal run, this would just be a reset, because when that strategy fails, you just screwed. You can't really do anything, because I could have driven to another hiding spot, which is in Kenji, I believe, or no, it's in Silverton. It's actually in Silverton, but just getting to that point would be just minutes. So yeah. C only has a lot of strategies where just if they fail, you're just screwed. There's nothing you can do. You just have to hope again. But yeah, we're finally past that point. Thank God for the very generous estimate, because that was about a 3-minute time loss. And we still have the Rhino Challenge, that's also true. That is also true. The Rhino Challenge is another thing, but yes. Anyway, so this is a boss car. This time we're driving Wolf's tier 3 car. I'm just gonna wall bump this, because there's really nothing you can do at that sort of speed to avoid the wall there. The Murcielago, I should probably mention the sort of like handling physics in this game. I believe I did mention this at Arad last year, but this, obviously there's always going to be some new people. So the handling physics in this game is very weird, because it's both, it's sort of like based on your RPM of the car, where if you have a really high RPM, and like your engine is like over, what's the word for engine? If you're like blowing your engine, then your car has revving it really high. You can see how like the car slides really hard when I downshift in corners.
Don't do this in real life.
Yeah, don't do it. Your engine might die, by the way.
Roll it on wheels when you fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why you see me downshifting corners so much, because when you force your car to a very high RPM, that just happens. You just get an insanely, you just sort of like get slidden around the corners. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's that done. So now we're doing the Silver Race Wars. Again, just sort of random, just to like spice things up. Oh, I actually picked automatic. I'm actually gonna change that because automatic sucks. In fact, you might think this is like a time loss. Well, it is obviously time loss. I could have just picked manual, but it's actually faster just for me to just go back into manual, just because of the fact that manual in this game, the automatic transmission in this game shifts way too early. Like you still have like 2,000 to 3,000 of RPM to go when the automatic transmission actually shifts, which means you lose out on the acceleration of a lower gear. And on top of that, the automatic transmission also caps your top speed because black box. So since this is just a normal race and not a police chase, I believe the audio crackling issue shouldn't be an issue anymore. Never mind! Feels bad, man.
No. Am I sounding normal?
Okay, now you're sounding normal. Sorta.
Okay.
Never mind! Spoke too early.
Oh.
Technical difficulties. Part 1 billion featuring fGeorjje. But yeah, this is we're actually currently driving in San Juan, which is like San Juan. Oh, is it not? Is it pronounced differently than what I call it?
I say San Juan.
But yeah, this is like sort of like a separate like system of streets compared to the main world map. Like this isn't connected to the main world map, the one we were normally driving on. Oh god, my throat. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's a few like circuits and like tracks you do in this. And during this event, the like lower tier opponents are actually so bad that you start to lap them, because it's a really short circuit, but it's 5 laps. So, not only will I have to deal with driving, I'll also have to deal with the AI potentially blocking my way here. But that's not really too much of an issue. The only thing where it really matters is shortcuts. Because doing shortcuts, the AI like blocks like half the track. So sometimes, if the car is right in the middle, you just can't pass them anymore. Which might very well happen here. Actually, no, there's no car there. I believe there's actually a crash going on in front of it. Yeah, there's a car stuck here. Sometimes they just get stuck there for like a long time, and they can pile up there, and you might just get stuck. Whoops, that corner drifted a little bit too hard there. But yeah, this is still shorter than the other race was purely because we have a muscle car and this is a very short circuit, even though it's 5 laps.
Yeah, they make up for it by oops.
Ripple on.
No, okay, no, still.
Whoa! There's a car stuck there. That could have ended very badly. But yeah, on this track, the AI just likes to get stuck a lot, so you have to be careful, like look on the minimap and stuff. But yeah, final lap, it should be over now, and I will continue with the police chase. With the last police chase, with the last RNG bit, which will involve us in a Dodge Viper trying to kill a rhino as fast as possible. And I do have a setup for that, because when you follow a very specific route, sort of like a very specific driving track, the game sort of force spawns you a rhino. So if you turn left here, you already have a chance of getting a rhino there, and I actually got it, so that's really good. So hopefully I kill him right here. Oh, that is unfortunate. But we already have a rhino, so I just have to know where he is now. And please die. Nice. Okay, that's it. Rhino is done. So if he didn't spawn there, I could have just turned here, and the rhino would have spawned here. I could have speed brokered and just got him in there. And then we do sort of like a really risky. Again, this is like one of these hard escape spots where if you fail it, there's just no backup. But if this takes too many tries, I can just I can go to a different spot. If I would be left alone by the police here, that would be amazing. So I will probably try 2 more times. Oops, careful. Okay, no. Okay, so one more try. We will try one more try to get that escape there. They're having a party further there. So this time I will try to like bait them a little bit longer. Like sort of like here. Alright, so let's try this one more time. If this doesn't work, I will drive to Kempton and use the normal overtaking spot. And it didn't work, so I guess we're driving to Kempton. So yeah, again, C only is one of these categories where the police chases are very, very dependent on just things that you have to, like, sort of like escapes that you have to get, otherwise you're just screwed. And again, this is why I set the estimate so high, because I definitely wasn't expecting to get that anyway. I really thought I was gonna skim past that, by the way. Yeah, and yeah, the Viper is the best car in terms of like acceleration and top speed, but it handles extremely bad. There are much better handling cars in the game. But yeah, you can complete this. That cop car really wanted us. You can complete this challenge in like 50 seconds, so this is like another huge time loss, but again, it's just one of these things. And we actually escaped there, but the next hiding spot is sort of over here, so... Alright, if this car guy could slow down, so I could... I'm just gonna trigger this and hope for the best. This should work. Unless... Nah, this will work. Alright, so we're out of all the pursuit challenges now. I believe I've lost around 5 minutes in total, so I believe this is around a 46 or 47 pace. So we got 2 more original races to go. First is a checkpoint, which is at 12 minutes. Actually, no, more like 10 or 11 minutes. Not 12 minutes. I used to say 12 minutes because back when I thought it was 12 minutes, I just started out of the game where it was really bad. But yeah, now it's more closer to like a 10-minute, 11-minute checkpoint race. but it's still really long. So I really hope you like the Lancer's engine noise, because you will hear nothing else for the next around 11 minutes.
So who doesn't want this?
That's true, the Lancer sound is pretty good. The Lancer is also the...
You did it!
What?
You can hear.
Never mind, you just cut out again, feels bad.
Nope.
That feel when your lava goes through... That feel when your lava goes through completely uncontented, but the moment you start actually commentating again, it cuts out again, feels bad, man.
No. So we see the George taking a right turn on the road. 270 kilometers.
Play-to-play commentating right here. League of Legends casting when...
Dodge on the right side. This is very good. Driving right here, so you can see just fast enough when he goes around the corners.
Yeah.
It's going
Anyway, so the Lancer is the best car in the game. It handles like really well. It just slides on corners super well. You can take corners at incredible speed. But the upgrades in this game are sort of weird. So this game has like extremely weird like like this game allows you to customize the performance of your car. So, like when you upgrade an engine, it gives you the option to like set horsepower or torque you. It's not as complicated as Underground 2, but it does have some options. However, most of the options are just horribly broken. For example, for engine, you can get torque you, but it doesn't affect. Basically, like you can either get torque you or horsepower, but it doesn't affect your acceleration at all. The only thing that's actually affected is your top speed. So if you're actually customizing your car yourself, you want to go full horsepower because you don't lose acceleration, but you do get a higher top speed. Transmission in this game literally just slows you down. It just extends your gears, making your acceleration worse. Suspension just applies more downforce to a car. Actually doesn't make you faster or anything. It just makes you slower in exchange for better handling. All of this doesn't matter in Challenge Series because we're driving pre-tuned cars, which means these cars aren't as good as they could be. There are a lot of videos of like individual level speedruns in Carbon where like people use a well-tuned Lancer. All you really have to search for is like Need for Speed Carbon Evo and a track name, and you get individual level speedruns.
Speaking of board performance customization, the tire is upgrade. The Mazda is broken. If you select drift card,
Riplon. Yeah. Okay. So what Lon just said there, yeah. Anyways, I will try to repeat what Lon said there. So the tires, they allow you to set your tires to a drift, grip, or stock. And in terms of if you select grip on some cars, and I believe it's most of the tier 1 cars, and I believe some of the tier 2 cars, it just locks your top speed to like 4th gear. You can't really go past 160 km/h. But aside, I believe grip tires actually work okay-ish for tier 3 cars. But again, we're driving challenges, so we have to use these cars. There's nothing we can do. Unless we find a way to glitch like cars, so like edit them in my cars or something. It has been speculated about due to how the game saves these cars. These cars, they're just not just hard-coded. They're actually like very in the save file sorter. It's just that when you make a new save file, the game automatically puts in like the bonus cars in there, and it just assigns them like a bonus car ID. So if we could like manipulate the ID to like I'll say this is a bonus car, but this is also a my car's car, then we could edit these cars in challenges, and we could use them like different. We could like have different upgrades on these cars. But again, that's just speculation. We can't really do anything. We need to find. This is like sort of just like a what if question. What if we had that ability? But if we found like any sort of memory manipulation, we could probably break the game much harder. But yeah, we're about halfway done with the circuit. Now that's some quality reaction times on my end. Why do I keep saying circuit, by the way? This is a checkpoint race, not a circuit.
Yeah, EA actually, there's a lot of this game that you can come out with, such as boss races only show up with the text message. So you start moving the cops, Garrett is not stuck because you need for those.
I feel so bad for Lon. I feel so bad for you. I really have to apologize on like everyone for like on the stream, and especially for Lon, because he was supposed to like commentate along, but technical issues. I just got wow. I have no comment about that. So the traffic car went through the gate, put down the gate, and exactly a way that like my tires would get stuck on the gate, and you just can't do anything about that. I was expecting to just go over the gate. Once the gate just sort of locks onto your tires and it's just in front of you, you can't really do anything. It's just stuck there, you can't do anything. I believe I can actually skim past the traffic car. Yes, we can. But yeah, the moment I saw that traffic car going through the shortcut there, I should have just taken the other path. But I figured, you know, I would risk it with, you know, the hoping that I would go over the gate. Unfortunately not. Oh my god. But yeah, I am actually very unsure what's causing the voice crackling, given that there's really nothing chugging my CPU right now. And I have the game set on 2 cores. Yeah, this game, the reason why we keep saying, do you have the game run on 2 cores, 1 core, whatever, is because this game, whatever resources you give this game, it takes everything. Absolutely everything. Like, if you run this game on all 4 cores of your PC, your CPU is literally gonna be 100%. There's nothing you can do. So, what we do for that, to fix that, is we run the game using a batch file, which sets the game to only run on specific cores of your machine. So that's how you prevent the game from like completely killing all of your CPU. But in case you haven't noticed, this checkpoint is very, very long. Also, traffic cars again. I actually expect to still get the RP, like the sort of like downshift handling boost there. I believe the traffic cars sort of like killed that, so I just took a very, very bad corner there. But if you want to see this track done being, if you want to see this track being done really well, Paraliber on his YouTube channel has, I believe, a sub 10-minute run of this track. Or was it sub 11 minutes? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, we're about to wrap up on this track. There's gonna be one more event. Just gotta finish this up and then do the last event, which is gonna be the last race course in the Koenigsegg CCX, which is sort of like another like C-only car that you're really only meant to like drive there. But as with all things Carbon, you can actually sort of like hack these cars and drive them like in career free roam on like my cars even. But in the, I believe, intended only way to access these cars. Also, I really hope that we could slide through the eye there, but didn't really work on this plan. But now went first, and they really won't be able to catch up again. But yeah, you were intended to only be able to use the Koenigsegg CCX here, and in Quick Race if you complete its reward cards. And yes, this game has something called reward cards, where like every reward card has like 4 different challenges you have to do. And once you do them, you unlock something, and that could either be like a vinyl you can put on your cars, or a car you can select in Quick Race. But there's also online-only reward cards, and there's like a really fun tidbit is that you actually cannot complete this game legitimately 100% anymore because of the online reward cards. Because there's one reward card where one of the 4 objectives is you have to win against an EA moderator in an online race. Good luck finding one of those 11 years after the game has been released. Spoiler alert, not happening. So you cannot legitimately complete this game like true 100% anymore. The only thing you can do is do all the offline reward cards and whatever you can do in the online reward cards. But that one challenge card is not possible anymore. So if you're a game developer and you think about doing like online rewards for your game, don't. Because things like this happen.
There's a lot of like other Xbox 360 games in that that have achievements of just multiplayer. Like,
Yeah.
There's one game, 70% of the achievements were all multiplayer achievements. Their server shut down.
Yeah.
Like, half a decade. So like all those achievements are permanently unlocked, like, you know.
And it's Xbox, so you can't even like hack these achievements in because consoles. So
Well,
yeah.
You can hack them in, but if you get caught, you lose all your privilege. Like,
Yeah.
I've actually had a few friends that had achievements removed because they hacked.
Yeah.
But this was like...
Anyway, so this is a track for the gold, silver race. So we're gonna have to do one more lap because all these race wars have one lap. There's actually another race wars event in challenges on the standard, like the sort of like standard challenges you have to do. But all the race wars on those set of like challenges are 3 laps. And the silver challenge of that standard race wars actually features you going on Library Square, which is the longest track in the entire game. Driving in a very bad handling tier 2 car, 3 laps. That event is around 11 minutes, sort of like the like checkpoint race we just did before this. So when you're running C 100%, you do. There's 2 events that each take over 10 minutes. So Beatlight, we only had one of them here. But yeah, we're going to be going on the highway one last time. And one thing I should probably, I guess, note while we're on the finish stretch here is that this game doesn't have a sense of like difficulty. There's like no sort of like hard, medium, easy difficulty select. It's just when you think about this game, it's sort of permanently locked on easy because as you can see, I'm smoking these cars by like around 20 seconds. So yeah. So even if you're just a casual player, you can easily beat this game, no problem, because there is no like hard difficulty in this game. I would probably wager that this game is one of the easiest Need for Speeds to just in general complete, purely because of the... I kind of wanted to take the inner side of the shortcut there, but failed on the last second. Purely because this game is just easy to complete, purely because of the extremely simple difficulty. So if you want to like run this game, if you want to run like the normal like flagship category, any percent, or challenge series like I'm doing right now, or like the other challenges categories, or even game 100%. We do have a Discord server where but Lon can probably link. Time's coming up now. This is C only. Time is when I cross the finish line in 3, 2, 1, done. So that's C only challenge series. So if you want to run this game, any category, we have a Discord server. Or like if you want to run any Need for Speed game, 48, 42, yeah, that's sort of what I expected. But yeah, if you want to run any sort of Need for Speed game, we have a Discord server where like there's a channel for every game. You can ask questions in there. Just we have a sort of active community of runners. Again, as we mentioned during launch, Rivals runs just like one guy for like every game. So if you want to ask him, like if you can, like you just have to ask around, and that guy can like help you get set up, everything. I will actually close the game here just so Lon can actually talk again. So, hello Lon, how are you?
What is
Not voice
talking?
crackling.
What is talking, Lamau?
Yep.
But yeah, I posted the Discord and chat,
Yep.
so you can always come join, ask
Yep.
us
Do join the
questions if you need
Discord.
to.
We're always happy for new runners, and this
And
has
shout
been.
out to pretty much everyone in the world.
Yep. Shout.
There's so many people to shout out.
Yeah, I know, right? But especially big shout outs. I say this at the end of every marathon run. Shout outs to Evil for just running the Need for Speed community. Shout out to all the Need for Speed runners, Lon, well, former Lucky, but still, GV,
Former.
everyone. There's just too many people to just shout out. Shout outs for probably nobody knows this guy, but shout outs to the Martin 5 for getting me into speedrunning. He's a Banjo-Kazooie speedrunner. If you know him, do give him a watch. He's also great.
And also shout out to the Arik guys for putting
hosting
on the
us.
show.
Yep, this has been the Need for Speed blog. Lucky and Viper Racing will be doing Colin McRae 2 after this run. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh no, just now in like 5 minutes.
Yep, in like 5, but right after our run. I hope you guys enjoyed the Need for Speed blog, and I hope you guys enjoy Colin McRae 2. Good luck on the run, Lucky and Viper.
I'll see you later tonight with Initial D. So
yep, Lon will be doing Initial D later, but I unfortunately won't be there to commentate because I have to sleep at some point too. Alright.
Sleep for the week.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Goodbye.
See ya.